Okay, so thinking about finish reminded me of marathon and races, and sometimes marathons on TV, because I know we're glad when a marathon of heroes is kind of finished. Ain't alright? But thinking about those marathons, there's something that we don't think about. The beginning. Because in the beginning, you have training. And when you have training, there's one thing they always teach you. Dancing, running, acting, foundation. Foundation is something that we all need. And the foundation we need for our race in life is something that's very important. You see, we have 4 major things we need. One is work. Everybody needs to have work. Because if you have not worked, you have not tried. And in Scripture, it goes on about Exodus 18:20. And thou shalt teach them the statutes and the laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work they must do. You see, we have a way to walk. We have to walk with kindness. But we have to do work to get there. We have to work to reach our goals when we ask God to help us. And that also leads to faith. But work reminds me of a little joke my grandpa used to tell me. He told me about a man that was stranded in the ocean. And he would pray for God, God, send me help. And boats would come by. And they tell the man, would you like some help? We can save you. And the man would go, no, my God has me. And later he dies. And then he goes to heaven, and everybody knows that he asked God, why didn't you save me? I sent you a boat. I even told you to swim, but you would not work for it. You see, that's what we think. We think we can pray, and without work we will get what we want. Because everybody has faith. And that also leads to faith. That's the second thing in a foundation. And faith, it's not believing. Believing is a different thing, because we all believe in something. Some of us believe in, Santa Claus. Some of us believe in the Easter Bunny. Some of us believe that we will win $1 million in the lottery. But that isn't something that goes along with faith. Faith is knowing. Knowing in God. Trusting in God. As it says in Acts. And by faith in his name hath his name made his man strong. Who ye behold and know, ye the faith which is through him, hath given him this perfect soundness and presence of all. Faith is knowing that God will be with us every step of the way in this marathon, which is our life. Now, this also leads to one of the other very, very strong points of a foundation. Patience and calmness. You have to be patient because God is not a fast miracle. A lot of us expect to go to a hospital and say, I'm sick. And then the doctor gives us this magic little pill and we all feel better. But that's not how it works. Like God, it takes time. It takes patience. We just have to have faith that this patience is worth working through. And the last is calmness and clarity. When building a house, you work on the foundation. But unless you are sure in peace of mind, are you going to be able to see that vision of the house? See, we have to have clarity to see God's vision. Because sometimes we have things that come in our way and they will cloud our vision. They will make the waters ripple and we will not be able to see. Those are the 4 foundations. But with a foundation, it's a lot more. In 1 Kings it says, and the king commanded that they hewed out great stones, costly stones, to lay the foundation of the house with the wrought stones. In there it says costly because a foundation takes time and it is worth everything. If you ask anybody that runs a marathon, training is the number 1 rule. Training, 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 training. They will not do anything before training. Second, it says wrought stones. A wrought stone is something that has gone through the weather. It has stood by time and is still standing. That is what makes a great foundation. Now the foundation is just one thing. The next thing is running. When you run through your race, you have to give it your all. You can't just back down. You can't just give up. You have to try and try again. But without trying, you fail. I know I used to go out and do wonderful auditions for plays, and I wouldn't try to learn the piece. I wouldn't try to understand the piece. I would go there and I'd put on this smile and I'd go, "Hi, I'm a great actor. Now watch me perform Hamlet by William Shakespeare." And I'd get nowhere. Because a race is not a race without trying, without determination, without patience, without work, without faith, knowing that you will be able to do it. Now I want you guys to ask yourself, is this something in you? Do you have a foundation in God that is